So you're actively dating?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it looking like around here for you?
It's kind of rough, you know.
Okay.
So I was married, have a kid. He's 3 years old, and then we were high school sweethearts. So we were together for 8.5, 9 years. Played golf in the summer.
What's your handicap?
It's about a 4 or 5.
Whoa! No, are you lying?
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh, that's pretty good.
My handicap is mental.
Mentally?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but
I think a lot of girls haven't experienced the true, like, pure love, and it kind of hurts my heart a little bit.
There's a certified lover boy over here.
I am. Yeah.
Same. That's great.
you are?
All right.
You're a certified hater boy.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
There you go. Tino.
Yes, sir.
Tino Vigil.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for bringing me on.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Anyway, dude, if you could just give us your age, actually.
Yeah, so I'm 27.
27. Okay. Nice. And then how long have you been in Denver?
My whole life. I'm a native.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not many of us.
So you've seen it change a little bit.
I have.
Okay.
Big change.
Where have you been out in Denver then?
So I was raised in like South Denver off of I-25 and like Hampton, and then kind of mostly down south. So I like went in DTC. Now I'm down south in like Lone Tree, but yeah, mostly down south.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lone Tree. Do you make the trip up? You know.
I do.
Okay.
I do. It's a little bit of a drive, and I got a Tesla, so I supercharge every time I can. Most days I do.
You got the self-driving?
I got the autopilot.
Okay.
Yeah, which helps for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. So where are the spots? Where are you hanging out at?
So if I'm coming downtown, it's probably like Happy Camper.
Okay.
Happy Camper is my spot. Or maybe on Thursdays, the Grizzly Rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Yeah.
Grizzly Rose. Okay.
Yeah.
Country fan?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me my boots and my Wranglers. I'm in there.
There you go. Who's your favorite country artist?
Probably Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's definitely changed the game for
There we go. Hey, we have somebody with some sense on here.
Who's your favorite?
Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
I've seen him about 3 times. He was in Denver. I saw him both nights. You know, I saw him one in San Antonio. Then we also have something in common.
What's that?
Sand in My Boots Festival.
Oh, you're going?
No, I'm going.
You are? Okay.
I'm going. I got a couple tickets. I heard you had a couple tickets.
I do. So
Okay.
I bought 4 tickets. And I bought one for myself, and then I knew a couple friends were going.
Yeah.
But I also didn't know how the process was going to work and how quick they were going to sell out. So I bought 4 tickets, and I was like, maybe my friends will buy them, and then we'll all go together and then go as a big group.
Are they gonna buy them?
They're not going now.
Okay.
So now I got 3 extra tickets, and I don't know what to do with.
You hear that, ladies?
Ladies.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm
up.
going to resell them or what I'm going to do, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you live down in Gulf Shores, maybe hit them up.
Yeah.
You know, for a free stay, get a free ticket. That could be
you go.
That could be it too. How's family? You got any siblings?
I got one older sister.
Okay.
8 years apart. We're not close, but we're civil. Not
Okay.
civil, but,
Okay.
but we hang out whenever our families get together. And
Is
stuff
she
like that.
she married, dating?
No,
She-
single.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. What? Give me some hobbies, dude. Give me some hobbies. Well,
Okay.
what does Tino do?
Yeah, so I like to go fishing, hunting a lot.
Yeah.
I play golf in the summer. I'm a big golfer.
What's your handicap?
It's about a 4 or 5.
Whoa! No, are you lying?
What's that?
Are you lying?
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
My handicap is mental.
Mentally?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but
So I started playing when I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then I was never good in high school. So I never broke 80 when I was in high school. And I think a lot of it was like immaturity. And I think once you get past high school and realize that it's just a game,
Yeah.
then you start taking it serious, and it's not like as serious, I guess, as it is. So it's like you kind of don't get as mad at shots that you don't hit, and you kind of realize like what your advantages are and like what you're good at.
What do you think about like the golf gals that go out in the golf attire?
I love them.
Yeah,
I love them.
something about it. I
Yeah,
love
something about that like skirt and that like polo. Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah. It's
What do you
dangerous.
think over there?
I like them too. It's 2 thumbs up for my
So
Isaac.
you're actively dating.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it looking like around here for you?
It's kind of rough, you know. So I was married, have a kid. He's 3 years old, And then we were high school sweethearts. So we were together for 8.5, 9 years. And then kind of people change. Obviously, things happen, emotions happen.
How long were you married for?
Probably about a year.
A year, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that kind of all happens, and then you kind of go out in the dating world and you kind of figure things out. But I also realized a lot of it was a lot of like self-reflecting, looking at myself and like why didn't this work? And that was huge in part of my like healing part, my process. So I've been doing a lot of like reading a lot of books. There was one book called Attached, and I learned a lot about like the attachment styles. So it's like secure, anxious, and avoidant. And honestly, I'm all three, which isn't a good combination.
It's a triple threat.
Yeah, yeah. I used to be secure and a little bit anxious, but now I'm all three. So it's been an adventure out there.
Is it hard to, I mean, like, because getting out of something like that, is it hard to build like the confidence back up, or just even go out and get back in the swing of things?
Yeah, I think it's you put yourself out there to kind of see what's out there, and then you talk to a couple girls and you build relationships, and you kind of do that, but then you kind of think about like, man, I'm not mentally there to put myself back in a relationship because I was with somebody for so long. So that makes it a little hard. But I mean, it's fun going out, meeting new people and stuff for sure. But yeah.
What was it? I mean, I don't want to dig too deep, and we don't have to get, too deep right off the bat, but like, what was it that maybe it didn't work out in that relationship?
I think she had a change of emotions, a change of feelings in herself, and I can respect that, because when you're with somebody for so long, I mean, people change all the time, and if you're not their person, you can't force that person to be your person, so that makes it a little harder. But yeah, I mean,
there was a certain point that you thought it was your forever, right?
Yeah. That's what I really wanted. I mean, I had a kid, and then we got married, and then I mean, I thought I was done. Like that's what I wanted for my future. I always wanted a big family. I wanted to have a wife. I wanted to be a young dad, and that was what I wanted. But then things happened, and here I am now. So yeah.
What's it like? I mean, switching over, so single dad right now. I mean, if you like a brief overview of what it's like out there dating with being a single?
Yeah, I thought when everything first happened, I was like, man, a lot of people aren't going to want to talk to me, a lot to deal with me. And then you kind of realize, like, once you kind of show that you're a good dad and you show that you're there for your son or for your kids or whatever, you kind of realize, like, women kind of attract to you because they want that in a partner. So they want their father or their kids to be present. And I think I've kind of shown that. And that's not why I post on social media at all. It's just kind of my love for being a dad and loving everything about my kid. But yeah, I think a lot of girls actually like having a single father because they kind of show that.
I feel like a lot of gals are attracted to, somebody that can put those values forward, and if they're a good dad. And I mean, you ever like dress up in matching outfits and just go out on the town, dude? I feel like gals like that.
We do, yeah, we do for sure.
That's a cheat code.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Christmas pajamas and stuff like that.
Yeah. Put a little post up there.
Yeah, you got to, right? You got to show them exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Are you very upfront about that? Like, will you tell them before a first date, or like during or after the first date?
I am. So it's like, it's probably before the first date. Because a lot of girls kind of want to know kind of where you're at in life. And I think I tell them instantly, I'm like, hey, I don't know if being a single dad is how it bothers you, because then they kind of have to process it and how they're going to go about it. And most of them haven't really talked to somebody that has had a kid before. But I think once they get to know you and who you are, then that's kind of when they turn the switch and they're like, okay, he's a really good dad. That's okay.
So there's not like is there certain gals that come up, like maybe they're ready for a kid, or they like maybe more mature, or is it like who are the people that come up to you knowing that you already have are there people that reach out? I guess?
I think it's kind of all over too. I think I've definitely got a lot of single moms that have kind of been interested too. But it's kind of all over, honestly. A lot of single women that want a relationship and want a future, I think have definitely reached out. But
how do you feel like dating a single parent, another single parent?
I think I'd be okay with it. I think it's a little interesting just because you don't know who their dad is and what they're kind of about. But that's something that you have to go through in the process of talking to them.
Are you still close with the mom?
Yeah, we're civil.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I respect her because she's my son's mom. But yeah, we have exchanges. So I have him Thursday through Monday. So I see him every weekend. So yeah.
Is she out there dating as well? I mean,
Yeah,
it's like-
she's got a boyfriend now.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, nice. I mean, like civil with him too. I mean, how's that?
It's a little different because of the situation that we are in. I mean, I don't know. I think it's
That is a hard question. So I
Yeah.
I didn't, you know. but
no,
it's-
yeah, you're fine. It's a little different because you never know like what that person is doing with your son.
Right.
Yeah, when you bring him around. But at the end of the day, I can't control that. So I just have to pray a lot and I kind of trust God that He's taking care of everything.
religious guy. I mean, I see the cross.
Yeah,
Okay.
religious guy. Yeah, yeah. After everything happened, I definitely leaned into my faith a lot, and that helped me a lot. So I prayed for clarity when I kind of felt like something was off, and I got it. So I can't really be upset about that. Yeah,
Somebody wife this man up over.
Yeah. You Christian?
yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic, and then I kind of switched over to
Yeah.
Christianity.
Hey, if you need a church buddy, I am in the market.
You
I
are?
go by myself every week.
Hey
yeah.
man, sometimes I'll go with you.
Yeah, Joe, tag
don't-
along.
don't hang me
man.
out to
Yeah,
dry.
yeah, dude,
That's
come join us sometime. I love that.
Sometimes, but maybe I could count it on one hand.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel? I know times have definitely changed, but any stigma or any like judgment for that out and about? I know it's like just being a single dad, or you ever feel any people are judging you in any certain way for that?
I think so. I think there's definitely some part of it, and I think sometimes single dads get some bad raps. But I think honestly, I think they're kind of underrated because I think that obviously, like I'm not saying like single dads shouldn't be able to do that, but I think once you kind of put the whole thing in a perspective, I think you realize like, man, maybe he is really taking care of his son most of the time or whatever, and making dinner for them too, and cleaning up the house and.
That's a lot of work. I mean, we have a friend that's 30 years old, and he's got a son on probably the same boat as you. But he's a great dad, and
Yeah.
when people see that and see the just how genuine he is, and he's putting that forth out into the world. I mean, like, people respect that for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Totally.
It's, yeah. Jordan Keltner.
Let's go, Jordan.
Let's go.
Dude, so okay, because sometimes I don't even know how to take care of myself.
Yeah.
But how do you take care of another human? Like, so I've is there any like unsureness or like uncertainty in raising a little human up? I mean, how do you battle through that, or get some sort of mental clarity in that?
Yeah, I mean,
Probably-
it's kind of stressful for sure. I mean, you kind of think about like what kind of kid you want to raise and what kind of man you want to raise. And I think, going through like consequences and kind of doing like, you want to make sure that they're respectful, obviously, is the huge thing. And I think I've done a pretty good job at that. But I think at the end of the day, you just want them to be a good human. And I think that's the most important thing. Yeah.
That's a good. You think you could have a kid now?
See, I've thought about even getting a pet. I'm like, man, I would struggle to take care
You're
of
not
a
comparing a pet to his kid.
cat. I mean, I would struggle to take care of a cat or a dog. So I got a lot of respect for you in that aspect.
Thank you.
Yeah, I threw up in the toilet this morning from alcohol, so like I can't,
Yeah. It's fun though, because like I used to be going out to like clubs like after everything kind of happened, and now I'm setting Elf on the Shelf on Friday nights. And
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Creative.
Do you think it made you like grow up a little bit faster just at the time? I mean, you have to. I feel like I say that like I couldn't, but as soon as something would happen, I think you just have to make lifestyle changes.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. I think it really kind of hits you, and then you kind of feel like you have to step up in life and kind of mature and kind of just take it on hand and kind of do whatever you can to do to raise your kid the best way.
Okay. Do you like how long? I don't know. Have you ever been in some relationships since? Maybe longer term or anything?
No, nothing.
Okay.
No. And I think part of it is I'm really worried about bringing my kid around other girls.
When would you, if you felt comfortable with somebody?
It would
what
take
be
a lot.
It would take a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I think there's just part of me that just doesn't want to have him go through that again. But yeah, it would take a lot for sure. Yeah, and I make that clear too to like the girls that I talk to. Like, you're probably not going to meet my son for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any, it's been close maybe, or do you feel like there's a part of you that's a little closed off just because you got to protect another human being? Or?
Yeah, I think I definitely have been closed off, and I think that's probably my number one thing is why I haven't been in a relationship because of that. There was one girl that was pretty close, and then I just kind of, some things kind of change in talking, and you just kind of realize that like maybe this isn't supposed to work as much as you want it to work, but it just didn't at the end of the day. So,
what kind of values are you looking for in a partner?
Yeah, I think family oriented is a big one. I think I don't know. Obviously, like God fearing would be a huge priority, but I'm not against somebody that's not because I'm kind of open. But yeah, I think just being a good person, having a good pure soul is probably my biggest thing, because it's hard to find that in this generation for sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've experienced the same. Yeah. That is tough.
Yeah. It's a cold world we live in right now.
I know. I feel like for me, I kind of live a bit of a dual lifestyle. Like, I like to have fun on the weekends, but at the same time, I need that person with values. And so I found that to be a real struggle. Like, looking at the bars, you're typically not going to meet those girls with similar values. And it is a struggle for sure.
Yeah.
Where would you like to find a woman?
I mean,
church?
Yeah.
Church would be cool, but man, approaching a girl at church, I don't know why. That is like the most intimidating place to approach a girl. Yeah, it just...
Because there's no alcohol in your system?
Yeah, one, you got to be sober at church. What is that? What's that about?
I mean, God accepts everybody.
I don't know. And then it feels like, I don't want to come across like I'm there for the wrong reasons. Like, I'm not just there to meet women, I'm there to worship and, grow. So that is a tough place. That's a tough place to meet girls. Yeah.
You want to do a segment? It kind of brought us back in. I watched one of your TikToks, dude. And so, but you were talking about places to meet people.
Yeah.
Outside of it.
Yeah.
And so this segment is barely holding on. It's kind of just put it together this morning. But is it a good spot to find a wife? This is brought to you by our sponsor. Let's hit the sponsor real quick.
Okay.
Don't have any sponsors.
Okay.
There's no sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm gonna name a place, and let's rate it 1 to 10 if you think it's like a good spot to find a wife or a significant other. And any comments you might have outside of a bar, So the old Target.
Target, that's like an 8 or 9.
That's it.
Probably 9 or 10, to be honest with you.
Really,
Yeah.
dude, Target is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll walk into a Target and it's go over to like the pillow section and stuff.
Oh,
candles.
You know where to shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
The pillow section.
Yeah, the candles over there too.
This guy likes a gal that can nap.
Yeah.
A gal that uses a pillow, apparently. Yeah. Okay. It's very high one, right?
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
What about Costco?
Costco's like a 7 or an 8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know what you're getting. I think you go to Costco to get bulk discounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know.
You know, those girls are into their discounts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Green flag.
And I think it's, they have a membership, so they might be ready for commitment,
Yeah.
They're committed to a membership there.
Yeah.
Because nobody can just walk in off the street.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And they might be like $1.50 hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw some TikTok the other day where some girl wanted to meet her future husband getting a sample together.
Oof.
Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be like a moment.
Yeah. Dude, that's what you have a favorite sample at Costco?
They do like these little chips that they have. I don't know what the name of it is, but every time I try and go in.
I heard you can actually just take as many as you want. They can't stop you.
Really?
I mean, that's what I heard. I wouldn't do it because
What I'll do is I'll leave. I'll go try on like a shirt, come back, go put on a different shirt. Your
face still looks
unlimited.
Yeah, I don't think those Costco employees are really paying that much attention.
No, I don't think they care.
They're all like 80,
Yeah.
at the sample station.
They're just there.
90-year-olds.
They're just there to get paid.
Yeah. Okay. And so your TikTok was at Wash Park, dude.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think that's a high one too. I think that's a 9 or 10. I think you care about yourself. You want to get outside. I think yeah. You want to get some fresh air. I think 9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 9 or 10. Any park in general, really.
Really. Yeah. Whether it's Sloan's or Wash or wherever city park. Yeah.
All right, we'll do the gym. What do you think about talking to a gal at the gym?
Talking to a girl or meeting a girl at the gym?
Maybe
Well, I guess
both.
that's the same,
yeah,
right?
maybe like I mean, what's the play there? Is there a play?
I think there is. I think you have to see each other a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah, make
What do
eye
you do?
contact.
Do you do a little wave? You do a smile?
I think you got to make eye contact first, and then kind of do his little smile, and then kind of realize like what their schedule is and when they're there.
I like to grunt super loud until they recognize me, and then I just stare into their eye. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think gym is a really good spot. I think a lot of people take it for therapy. I think they go there to make themselves better, and I think that's huge.
Okay.
For sure.
So what's the rating on that? Maybe
I think that's an 8 and a
that's
half.
an 8. Okay.
Probably 9.
And you know what? Like, because that's the stigma at the gym. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. All that. But I feel like we've had a buddy that met his wife at a gym. He just walked right up to her and said hello. And that was Jake.
My cousin as well, yeah.
Really?
I think that's I mean, it is scary, honestly, because the videos you see online of those girls, like, you know, hating on men, like, oh, this creepy guy was looking at me, approached me, and because of that, that's at least scary for me. But I would say that's a great place to meet someone, someone who's driven and cares about their health. Yeah.
I just think I don't want to bother them while they're at work.
Yeah,
which is the
that
hugest
too.
part.
But there's probably a right way to do it. I just don't know what it is.
We wouldn't know what that is.
We wouldn't know.
Again, I'm sober at the gym, so I can't talk to any women.
Sober most places. What about a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods?
Ooh, Trader Joe's is my spot for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I go there for a lot of flowers. I go there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I try to make a bouquet of everything that I can.
What do you do with those flowers?
I put them straight in my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about women giving you flowers?
It's interesting. I've never had that happen. I mean, I think I'd be open to it.
I kind of liked it. I had it happen once. And it made me feel nice.
Yeah, you felt loved, huh?
I felt kind of loved. Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what was going on. And then I could look at them every day. I put them over there. It was like very nice.
I like
Very
it.
nice.
Yeah. What kind of flowers were they?
They were colorful ones.
Colorful ones. Okay. Yeah.
They were the
like
plant
roses.
ones.
Yeah, they were the ones that needed water a couple times a day.
A little powder packet.
Yeah. But and then they died. And that's how long the relationship lasted for. Was when they died. No, just kidding. Jokes. Anyway, so what about like an airport or like while you're sitting in an airplane?
Yeah, airport is interesting because I feel like I'm the main character whenever I walk in there, right?
Yeah.
Like
You
once
fall in love
Yeah.
real easy in an airport for some reason.
Yeah, I don't care where you're going, but I put in my AirPods. I'm like, damn, I'm that guy.
Dude, especially when you're traveling alone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like everybody's looking.
Some Morgan Wallen, dude.
Yeah,
Blasting
whiskey. You're walking down the freaking.
I'm the man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like airports because you get to see a lot of people for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard because you never know where they're from, but
Yeah. It's a good people watching spot.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any more? That's all I had on that segment. Any good places? And you can say no.
Good places. What do you think of meeting girls at the bar?
That one's a little edgy for me.
Yeah.
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 I think it's nice to meet people at the bar. Do I think they're wife material? That one's kind of edgy, and that one was something that we were going to talk about. But
Yeah.
Let's piggyback off of that. You know,
Well, let me just chime in real
yeah,
quick.
why not?
Like, I've struggled with that too because it's like I'm at the bar, so it's like, you know, I can't judge them too much for being here because I'm also here. You know, maybe they're not there every weekend. You know, maybe it's just like a one.
this guy's walking around cross-eyed in the bar.
Yeah. Cross-eyed, just like you guys at the bar.
Yeah.
Why is there two of you?
I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of bar, but it's. I mean, obviously, if I'm there, it's for a reason. It's to meet people.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm not against it for like the first time that I'm meeting you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, say you're in a relationship. She wants to go to the club.
Oh man.
Yeah. You can go to the club.
Yeah.
Trust each other, maybe. But how do we actually feel about it? Like, you know, there are clubs here, just right down on this street here.
Yeah.
with her lady friends. What do we feel about this?
This is very controversial,
okay.
and I want to be clear here. I see both perspectives. I can see the girl's perspective as wanting to go out and dance with their friends and kind of having like a girls' night.
But you know, there's guys like us there.
I 100% understand that. Yeah, I see that, and that's the other side. Is like, you know, when they go out there, you know the intentions behind the guys that are going to be there, what they're trying to do. So it's a very mixed emotions thing towards me, and I don't know what I would do in a future relationship. But it's definitely kind of like a boundary that I probably would set, because I feel like you could go to somewhere else that wouldn't have those type of guys there that are going to try and talk to you and sexualize you and buy you drinks and stuff like that.
It's never fun hearing about the next day too. It's
No,
like,
it's not.
Like there's a point to being too truthful, I think.
Yeah.
And stuff that you should probably just
keep
to yourself. Like if I get hit on at a bar, I'm not gonna necessarily go, and if I had a significant other that's wants to hear about that, like I'm not gonna. It doesn't, it just causes a little ruckus. I don't know. What do you think, huh?
And I think there's a lot of relationships that kind of go through that and kind of have that respect boundary, but then the girl wants to go out and then they'll call you insecure and not trust them. So it's a fine line.
Do you think it's always like something in people's past that make them have that insecurity, or it's like, because obviously you would just want to trust your partner to the fullest.
I mean, that's the ideal goal, but at the end of the day, the club is never a really good spot for...
What's not the club to go to around here?
Whiskey Row and Right House. Yeah. I've seen way too many things that happen in there.
Okay.
That, it definitely,
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? A fun question. Would you ever have like a sugar mommy? Or
I
something
would,
like that?
100%.
Okay.
You saw my TikTok from that. I did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I would.
Hey, what's your TikTok, by the way, for these?
It's 2 turn Tino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do a lot of it just for fun, but yeah, I'd be 100% be a sugar baby.
That'd be quite nice.
Bro, if you're putting me in a matte black Lamborghini and buying me a house,
What do you have to do, though? Do you have to do something for
I
it?
don't know. That's something that I have never really looked on, but
Sugar mommies, let us know what we got to do.
Honestly, I'm hurting
We're
on
down.
cash right now. If any you gals out there, anyway.
yeah, that's an interesting topic for sure. But
You got any hot takes lately?
no, not really.
Okay.
I've been at home putting Elf on the Shelf, so I haven't really had any hot takes.
What do you think about Elf on the Shelf, dude? I feel like it's like, do you feel like you remember when you stopped believing in Santa, and Elf on the Shelf?
Yeah.
Kind of felt betrayed. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's an age which that happens, and then you're basically paying rent and paying insurance and everything after that. You really grow up, and I don't know. But right now, I'm having a good time putting the Elf on.
Okay, it is fun. It's fun.
It's the best.
Family tradition.
I didn't have that growing up. But
You didn't believe in Santa?
No, we didn't do Elf on the Shelf, but I remember one time me and my cousins and my siblings stayed up all night to spy on Santa, and we caught him red-handed.
Is your parents?
Yeah. Sorry, guys, Santa's not real.
What do you think about OnlyFans?
It's a lot for sure. I just saw that one girl, whoever it is, she makes $43 million a year, which is absolutely insane.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's a virgin too, which is crazy. But I mean, if you gotta go out there and make your money, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Yeah. It depends on your situation.
Would you date a gal that did OnlyFans?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't. Yeah. But I think there's a lot behind it too that you have to look for down the road for the future. And you have to look kind of, I mean, definitely stuff would come out down the road, whether it's having your kids' friends saying that they saw your mom or whatever.
Dude, your friends in like middle school are brutal.
Yeah. Oh man.
Imagine.
That's me. Yeah. I mean, he's got a hot mom, so someone's got to let him know it.
Oh, you do?
All right.
Sorry, Denise.
Let's talk about your walk club, dude.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Because you started a little club, Walk and Talk.
Yeah.
What's the official name?
It's Walking and Talking.
Okay.
Okay, so I made a TikTok just randomly. I went out to Wash Park to go for a walk, and you know how Wash Park has like their laps and stuff. I kind of went against the grain, is what I say, and so you go towards people that are walking this way. And I made a TikTok on it, and I was like, hey, if you want to come out here and meet maybe your person, this is the best way to go about it because it's something that you want to do and something that they're trying to do too. And it kind of blew up. It has like 45,000 views or something. And so it kind of turned around quick. So I made a walk club that next day, and probably about 6 people showed up, and it was good and everything. And then the attendance just started going downhill. So then
went to 5 the next day.
No, it was like 2 or 3,
okay,
and they were like my friends too.
Oh,
so,
okay,
so it wasn't good, but yeah,
something you just got to stick with, all right?
yeah, and it's kind of hard. It's very hard to match people's schedules, especially coming towards the winter time, because it gets dark so early, which makes it a lot harder, and people don't get off of work till 4 or 5. But yeah, I try to do a walking and talking club, and I think it would be good down the road, but it just didn't work out right now, and I think it'll be good back in the spring once it comes back.
April,
yeah,
it's coming back.
Yeah, maybe I'll do.
If you like walking and you like talking,
that's a good one, bro. Yeah,
Tino.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, because you're pretty suave fella, good looking fella.
Yeah.
You got any? What's the approach if you're interested in a lady out at some place?
Okay.
Like, you know, how is it? Just find something in common with them. What's the pickup line?
It's hard to talk to girls out in public, but I've came up with a line that I've heard from a YouTuber that said something, and they were saying, "Hey, I really like your eyebrows," and that one kind of shocks the girl, to be honest with you. Yeah, because they don't get compliments on that. They're always like, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" Or "You're really beautiful. Hey, how are you?"
Isaac asks their shoe size.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good topic. That's interesting.
It's never worked.
Yeah.
Because he likes feet.
It's never worked.
No, that is a lie. Disclaimer, that's a lie.
Yeah. But the eyebrow line works. I think it's kind of something to throw them off. And then I'm like, "Hey, do you do them yourself?" And they're like, "Yeah." Or I go to somebody and they'll be like, "Hey, what's your name, by the way?" I don't know if I should be putting this out there.
Yeah.
Because the girls that I talk to.
This is insider information right now.
Yeah. But it's definitely something to break the ice. And then you kind of get to know them and talk to them a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just something to get to the next step,
Exactly.
Because that's the hardest part is going up. And we had, our friends that were on a couple times ago. I think they were saying like nobody wants to walk up to, a girl. No guy wants to walk up to a girl.
Yeah,
so
it's hard. It's intimidating, bro.
Yeah.
And especially if they're like super pretty, it's like how do you go up to them and like really start a conversation? Especially if they're in like friend groups too. That makes it the hardest thing. But you gotta do what you gotta do if you really like them. You gotta shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
What's your go-to? You
I don't have one.
go. Okay.
That is a good one. I feel like, throwing out a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, that's a good approach. You just got to start the conversation,
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And I feel like that's a good way to do it.
The hardest part. But
Yeah.
after you're past that, then you're all good.
You remember the last time you were turned down? Like real turned down?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Never
honest
happened.
with
It's never happened.
I mean, sometimes they like whether I just go up to them and talk to them or whatever, they're just like kind of ignore me, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen regardless, right? Rejection is gonna
You're
happen.
putting yourself out.
Yeah, you got to.
Okay. So, anything that bothers you, respectfully
Okay.
bothers you about the opposite sex here in Denver? It's a loaded question, by the way.
That is
So
a
I don't
loaded
want
question.
to. I don't want to put you on blast here, but anything that you see out there that because it's always guys here in Denver. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this generation, a lot of girls have rosters, and
What do you feel about the roster?
oh man, it's
Don't get them started.
yeah, don't get me started, but I don't know. It's interesting because you have like these girls that are super pretty. They're obviously going to have multiple guys that are super interested in them that want to talk to them, but whether they give them the time or day is different. So that's one thing that I feel like out there in this generation, it's super hard to find that someone that values you rather than just wants you, which is it's hard to find. But yeah, I think that, and then
Preach.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. I think that's my biggest one. But I think that's both sides too. I think that's men and
What can
women.
men do better?
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. I think from the girls that I've talked to, I think a lot of girls haven't experienced the true, like, pure love. And that kind of hurts my heart a little bit, just because it's like, man, you don't really know what it's like out there to have somebody that really loves you. But it's like, you're going to find that down the road, hopefully. And yeah.
There's a certified lover boy over here.
I am, yeah.
Which is great.
Same.
That's great. You are?
All right.
You're a certified hater boy.
Okay. Anyway, let's see.
Do you want me to chime in?
Yeah. Well, you can try.
What's ideal first date for you? What are you doing?
I mean, a lot of people go out for drinks is the first date, but I think it depends. I think at the end of the day, I really want to just know who you are, and I think drinks are obviously probably a good one and a good starter. But I'd rather do something, whether it's kind of outside or just doing something that I can actually talk to you about. So maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of different about first dates. I think dinner is a little kind of out there because you don't know if you're going to connect with that person. And I've had
a long time allotted,
Yeah. And then paying for it too is kind of part of it. And I'm not saying I'm cheap or anything, but it's like,
take them to Denny's for the Grand Slam.
Yeah. And if they like the Grand Slam. Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I don't know, doing something where you
That wasn't a sexual joke, by the way. That was just like, you can get a Grand Slam at Denny's.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think doing something, anything kind of activity-wise, I think is a great first date. I think drinks is kind of, you talk to them and then you kind of realize, like, hey, man, maybe we're not on the same page. I didn't mean to say man, but we're not on the same page, so maybe this isn't going to work. So I'd rather go play mini golf or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as long as you're talking, getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most important thing.
But I feel like it takes a lot too to go out with somebody. I think there's a lot of communication prior to going out on the date first to kind of realize like who they are and kind of what they're about. But then once you get to that first date, I think it's good to go on like activity.
You been on a bad date recently?
No.
Or in your entire life?
No. Thankfully, I have
no bad dates.
No. I've really met a lot of good women out there, and
are you picky?
I kind of am now. Yeah. And
you have to be.
I think so. I think that's fair that you have to be picky and you know your standards. But I mean, a bad date is somebody that you just kind of don't you're not on the same page about on things like that, and you kind of realize like maybe this isn't going to work. This probably isn't going to work, and I've been very clear about that. So I don't want to lead them on to thinking that there is going to be something from it. So I let them know then probably the next day or two that, we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
How do you let them know?
I'm like, hey, listen, I loved our date. But to be honest with you, I don't see anything coming from this. I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
It's very grown up and respectful, actually.
Yeah.
That is. That's hard to do. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
This guy ghosts women.
Yeah.
Only if it's early. If it's super early, because
he sends out like Verizon wireless text like 00111 and it's out of data or something like that.
That's funny.
User is not in. Okay. That was a joke.
I've never done that.
That's
a good idea.
What's your type? What are you looking for?
I think physical wise, I was super attracted to blondes. I think blondes were something. But now I've definitely opened my horizons a lot, and I kind of realized that like other values in that person are a lot more important. So I'm kind of open to anything. I mean, as long as you got a good smile, good face, not a good face, but like you're a good human. That's all that matters to me.
You have to be attractive.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Then it is hard. I feel like it's hard because that's the first thing you see is attraction, right?
For sure.
And so if you can find somebody else, out there that where you get to know, their values, personality, all that stuff, and then I feel like attraction can come.
Yeah.
But it is. Yeah.
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 I don't know. I mean, I think like you look at apps and you go on apps and that's instantly the first thing that you look at, right? Like you might go through their profile a little bit, but like you realize you look at like the type of person they are, or not the person, but like look at their looks, and you swipe right if you're attracted. If you're not, you just swipe left. So.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. You on the apps over there?
Not anymore. No. I tried them out when I first moved.
Yeah.
Didn't really work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so much work, so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I kind of came to realize is like, if you're actively searching for your person, it's not going to come.
Really?
But I think if
It's a hot take.
Yeah. And I think if you kind of just go about the flow and you kind of do your own thing, I think eventually the right person will come into your life at the right time.
What do you, I mean, like personality wise, like introvert, extrovert, what is?
I am definitely an introvert.
Yeah.
I don't like to group settings. I'm not good at. I'm not a big yapper. Yeah, I'm very
yapping here.
Yeah, I know.
Listen,
I know. Well, it's definitely the tequila over there. Yeah. But I'm definitely a listener, and that's one thing that I ask really good questions on, and I like
Not a skill everybody has. So
it makes it kind of hard, but you learn to know that person a lot better, and that's, I think, really important too.
So if you're more introverted, are you looking for somebody that's maybe has a little bit, more extroverted?
I think so. I mean, I think it depends on kind of who you are in the situation. I think introvert would be cool, but whether they're a talker or not is kind of iffy. So if they're kind of shy and kind of nervous or something, then it kind of has like an awkward conversation because I'm introverted. But maybe probably extroverted kind of get me out of my comfort zone, kind of put me out in like different situations or whatever. But yeah.
Do you most relate with women that you're looking to get to know? Like, what's relatable topics that you can we'll find some common ground on?
Yeah, I think it's mostly the things that we like to do.
Okay.
Like after my last relationship, I've definitely been a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love. I've done a lot of I didn't do much therapy. I did probably 2 or 3 lessons, but to me, I rather go out and go fly fishing on a river by myself rather than go trauma dump on somebody else, Mm-hmm. So that's one thing I kind of noticed, but then also like hot yoga or the gym, books, kind of what you really like to do, I think is huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any good book recommendations out there?
That one Attached that I learned. Good. Yeah. Okay. That one really kind of shows you what kind of style of attachment you have, and kind of teaches you a lot about the other person or your partner. Okay. Yeah.
Isaac, you got anything more? We got an eligible bachelor over here that's saying all the right things.
We do, yeah. This has been great, yeah.
Yeah,
very insightful, very very mature, and yeah, I love it.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Come off, very genuine, like that. Yeah, I hope you find somebody out there.
Thank you.
Any one of our viewers want to reach out?
Reach out to him. Join his walk club. Are you wrapping up soon? I got one quick question.
Yeah, you got one. I was going to ask one more, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I feel like this kind gesture has been lost in modern day dating. Are you opening car doors for girls on dates?
100%. Yeah. Every single time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a certain point, in seeing them where you stop, or are you always?
No, always.
A gentleman. Yeah. I respect it. Yeah. What a gentleman.
Yeah, I think there's a level of respect there that you have. And honestly, it only takes 20 seconds out of your time.
It really does, yeah. And it's such a nice gesture.
And they notice that too, which is the hugest part. And they I think they really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about earlier is a lot of these women haven't seen that. I think, once you start to do those.
It's a lost art.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think once you start to do those kind of things, I think they really notice that and appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy, yeah, like some of the girls here. I was hanging out with this one girl one night, and I offered to drive her home, and she's like, wow. Like, no guy has ever offered, something like that. And it's like, really? So simple and easy, take me 10 minutes. And
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing, to be honest with you, but
yeah. Need more gentlemen out here.
There we go. That should be the next, group you set up there.
Yeah.
How to be a gentleman.
Yeah,
Teach you
yeah.
basic
There
lessons.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, why you a catch? Last question. Why you a catch? We ask everybody.
I think there's a man. I like to say this humbly, but I think I am a very good person. Deep down, I think there's a lot of good things that come from me. I think that I'll add value to your life, and I think that I'll definitely get you out there, and whether it's teaching you how to play golf or fishing or something like that. But then I like to do crazy stuff too. Like I went to probably 5-6 concerts by myself. And I just had
to go to, dude. Like,
Yeah.
A concert by yourself, I don't know why it's looked down upon. I do that all the time.
Bro, I went to like Sam Hunt by myself. I bought like a pit ticket. It was in the front row. I was like dabbing Sam Hunt up, and I was
that's
like,
pretty sweet.
yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
So I've definitely done a lot of that, and I like to do a lot of stuff. So I think that's a good catchy part about me is I like to be outside. Obviously I'm a very family man. I like to take care of my son. I care about people for sure.
There we go.
That's great. Yeah.
And where can we, Instagram is?
Yeah, it's 2.turn Tino.
Okay.
Yeah. Same on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
same on TikTok.
Cool. Yeah, and we'll tag the walk club as well.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, dude. This is fun.
course,
I
brother.
appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
sure.
I hope this. I really hope this blows up for you guys, and I hope you guys nothing but success.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate
Appreciate it,
that.
man.
Kind
Yeah.
words, man. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's
There we
dude, thanks.
go.
That was fucking
Bro.
fun, dude.